Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Traders Reality Projections channel, episode 23. Okay, then, so let's dive straight into what's going on, guys. I like to keep these videos short and sweet so that you guys get everything that you need. If you are new to this channel, you've just recently subscribed, thank you very much. The beauty of these videos is it's short, concise, straight to the understanding of how to apply the strategy that we talk about in the live streams. Remember, the live streams, we're going to let you focus on the core aspects of the strategy. The projections channel is putting them together. Okay, so let's get straight to it. Bitcoin. All right, today's been a bit of a slow day. Asian session hasn't really done much. Bitcoin has come out from what we understand to be the second leg of the peak formation. So if we zoom out, you can see clearly that we've got this massive W formation. Price has come out of the zone and it's pulled slightly back now and testing the 50 EMA. We want to see this retrace. It's healthy and it does tell us that it's something the market makers need to do to establish their intention at favoring either higher prices or lower prices. Right now, Bitcoin is sat at the 50 EMA and it's testing it. Added with a couple of other elements of confluence, you've got the pivot zone right there, if you can see slightly. And we've now broken above the psychological high and now coming back down below it. So it's now back in the range. Now, this psychological high and low story is very important. Okay, it's so important that you understand the power of these two areas right here, because this is where they built their zone. They set their spread for the rest of the week. Okay, so when they come in and out of it, when they come back in towards it, it's like they are adding more positions to this zone because it's like they are favoring higher prices. This is what we understand because Bitcoin has been dropping extensively for the past 2 weeks. All right, and you can determine that from the high that was set at 64K. So now we are expecting a retrace back up because it works in the sense of 2 cycles to the downside, 1 cycle back up. And likewise, the other way around, 2 cycles to the upside, 1 cycle to the downside. How strong the cycle back up or back down is going to be determined from the strength of the candlesticks that appear. Okay, so right now you can see they're working the lows on Bitcoin. Look at the pin bars, spike in the lows, spike 1, 2, and 3. If Bitcoin does come down and test the 50 EMA, we want to see notable volume appearing in that zone, a little bit of manipulation to induce traders to go short and then move back to the upside. You can see how we've got effectively a pattern forming. All right. Only if the 50 EMA is successful, price will then come up, break out this zone, hit this previous projection point yet again, and start tapping the liquidity in this area right here, which is married up to the 200 EMA. 200 EMA, not 200 day, 200 EMA. All right. Now, based on that principle right there, we do have the midweek reversal tomorrow. So today's New York session is going to be very important. And sometimes what likes to happen in the marketplace is even though people anticipate Wednesday to be the midweek reversal, they could hold price in this zone up until that point and then execute the reversal. All right. Or they could actually start making a move to the desired direction. And then when Wednesday comes into play, they can either retrace back down or even continue back up. It's in their ball game, guys. We just need to follow what they do with their intentions behind the candlesticks that they print. Okay, so Bitcoin is now working this area right here. Be mindful that Bitcoin could actually come down lower. We have got this little blue box area here, which would effectively be the third shoulder of an inverted head and shoulders on the higher time frame. So we can't dismiss it, guys. It could be a plausible action by the market makers. But from what I understand, we may or may not get there. But in the element of uncertainty, we always have to cover our bases. If Bitcoin does come back down here, expect some massive volume to come into this zone right here. Okay? Moving forward, Ethereum, where's she at? Ethereum has done really well as well. You know, you can see they're coming away from the psychological high and low. It's contained that zone. Now she's hit the 200 and now she's pulling back. So Ethereum has outperformed Bitcoin in essence in terms of hitting the moving averages. Same story here with Ethereum. Look at how condensed this zone is. It's like they're working and building more positions. We ideally want to be seeing the following. You've got the rise. We've got a retrace. Now we're expecting the following to happen, the pattern to come into play. Always factor in what's been happening beforehand. They've been selling off. At one point, the market maker now needs to realize a return on their money. Okay, So Ethereum needs to stay above this zone. Yet again, pivot point, confluence. The psychological high is quite far from Ethereum, but if price does pull back down to the 50, it will be testing that zone as well. So you're adding confluence to confluence. Now we know that the M2 is a valid zone. Price will need to hit the M4 as well in terms of a projection. M2 M2 support implies M4 projection. If the M3 appears to be support, we will be anticipating the M5 zone as well, which is how I come up with the idea of these projection points. Not to mention also, not forgetting the previous liquidity pools. So I'm adding confluence to confluence. That's how I come up with these zones. Okay. XRP, same story. Condensed, contained zone. It's currently sat at the psychological high. Right now, all three of the coins are at important points, okay? Which one or two things can happen. You can either go in our favor or not, all right? So we're going to have to be price watching and paying attention to what is happening, okay? We are approaching towards the end of the month. It's the 25th right now, and the monthly candle, I haven't looked at the monthly candle, but we know that when a new monthly candle starts, we could see momentum in any direction, all right? So be mindful with your approach to this, guys, okay? We've just come from a very bad drop in price, and it's effectively reset across the board. All right. So now are we witnessing what we understand to be the move back to the upside? Okay. Just pay attention to what's going on with the price, guys. It's nice that we've got these projection points that we would really want, Ethereum and Bitcoin to hit, but always pay attention to what is happening now, not what you would like to happen, because what you would like to happen is just being hopeful. In order for what you want to happen, a certain number of factors need to come into play and be engaged in order for what you would like to happen to flourish. Okay, so if we want price to go higher, we need to make sure price stays above the 50 EMA and stays above the psychological high. All right, the next zone of the 200 EMA is a very important area for all the three coins. So if price does hit that point, that is when we're going to know if the market makers do favor higher price. Okay, so I bid you all well. Okay. Stay tuned because we're going to be opening the Forex projection channel at a moment's notice. So I'm just getting all of that information put together. If you are new, coming to the channel, please feel free to subscribe because we do this every day. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are our main days, and Friday is touch and go because usually on Fridays they either build the pattern or they make a run for profit. And all we've seen happen on Fridays is they just build patterns. So it doesn't really grant a projections video for that. We like to do it in the midweek, during the week, because that's where we get most of the moves. Okay, so mad love to all of you guys. Thank you for all the new subscribers that have come from Uncomplication and anywhere else. Just thank you so much, guys, and I will be speaking to you tomorrow. Peace.